ramble briefly, and here we go. Welcome to my video, Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3, Episode 3 Thoughts. This episode is called Apparently Dead. So, spoilers for everything Evil Dead leading up to and including this episode. Another episode I love. The episode is rated TVMA, so will this video be? Let's dive right in. So, yeah. After Army of Darkness gave us a darkly hilarious burial, this one gives us a darkly hilarious funeral, and I'm here for it. That's, yeah. I didn't know that I needed a Buried remake with, in the Evil Dead universe, but, yeah, Sam Raimi and his friends know me better than I do. And I'm just, once he's trapped in there, I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, just remember your training, wiggle your big toe. Oh, wrong scene. I love how they milk the tension and suspense. He turns around about to say to the dead body that she gave amazing head, and, he doesn't see the body, and he just slowly walks up, and the camera slowly goes into to see the coffin, just fantastic. Yeah. And, Deadite hands come up, drag him in there. Let's see. And they again do this thing of, he used to find her really sexy, and now he's disgusted by her in her Deadite form. And it was also a really clever thing with the, oh no, we reattach the head, which, yeah, that's a good idea for a funeral. Bad idea when you're dealing with Deadites. Let's see. And yeah, great fight between Ash and Deadite Deadite Dedandus, and yeah, the conclusion of the fight absolutely just jaw-dropping. Let's see, yeah, and the picture and the tongue goes through, and then the bloody picture ends up on the coffin afterwards. And yeah, the fact that he goes back into the coffin afterwards and then comes out during the service, and everyone's just freaking out, understandably. And we all grieve in different ways. Not only just remove the deceased's head from my crotch here, and he has to pick it up nice, just, yeah. And the sound work on the slamming of the coffin was also great. Go ahead, Brandy, you're doing great. I also love that apparently Ash, she's like, I don't know if I should live with you, and he's like, I mean, I was just kidding about rent. He's gonna charge his own fucking daughter rent after her mom just died. Jesus Christ. And I'll keep the toilet seat down. Just like, I mean, okay, he's basically a saint at this point. This is like, what else could a woman possibly expect from a man? Let's see. That was a joke, obviously. Yeah. Let's see. Right, yeah. So Ruby showed up to the funeral and is, saying, I'm here for you to Brandy. And I love that, everybody else leaves, but she stays put and, removes the veil and, is pretending, oh, what are you talking about, and she's doing a really great job turning Brandy against him, and he's not exactly helping matters. He fucks up by not remembering Rachel's name, even though she died yesterday. Like, yeah, yesterday, recently, certainly. Let's see, and yeah, he's just saying, oh, she did this. She turned your best friend into your mom into demons, and it's like, without any proof, you probably shouldn't be saying it's, yeah. And we have the thing about, oh, they've known each other for 2 years, so yeah, Ruby really has been playing the long game here. And let's see, I think that might about cover that. Yeah, the Ghost Beaters show up. Pablo has another vision, very nicely done, and that leads them to the remains of the cabin. did not expect Dalton to die. I really thought he was going to be a main cast member for a while. The show does a really great job just killing off characters that we think are going to be around for longer, and then others stay. Like, I thought the sheriff was going to die sooner, for example. Let's see. I was surprised when Amanda died, and yeah, now Dalton dies. I thought he was kind of going to be the new Amanda, only die at the very end, but this is, what, a third into the season, so yeah. And he does great dead-eyed acting, as everyone on the show does. Let's see. I think that might about cover the... Yeah, I like that, you know what that means, road trip, and like Pablo and Kelly are like, this shit again, and Dalton's like, road trip, I call shotgun, who's got the snacks, just, he's excitable, he's just jazzed to be on the show, man. Love it, love that kind of enthusiasm. Just because you're fighting ancient evil doesn't mean you can't, be eager, and the... let's see. Then we have the... Yeah, I quite like, oh, I got something, and, he does find the elk head, I want to say it's called, so it's like, okay, they're in the right place, for sure, this is where the cabin was, and then we cut back, and it's clearly been hours, and it's like, okay, I guess you might have been on the right track, but that still doesn't mean it's this is still taking a while. And let's see, you have the... but yeah, they managed to unbury basically everything from that we recognize from the cabin, and then once the evil force comes flying through, we start seeing the lights are flashing, and the grandfather coffin is like spinning the cogs hands, I guess, there, very nicely done, and it's again slightly different twist on something we've seen. This is what happens when evil is near the cabin. Let's see, and they do eventually manage to find the dagger. And yeah, Dalton tries to sow some doubt in Kelly's mind, which might later, because yeah, Pablo led them here. Now they're attacked. Dalton died. Pablo has never liked Dalton. He's very jealous and possessive of Kelly. So, yeah, very nicely done there. And I love when when Dalton he like snaps the branch off and it's still like sticking out of him, and he's like walking towards Kelly. And then, I never know how movie characters manage to do this when it's from the side. I get when it's from like the front. But somehow, I'm not complaining. Rule of cool applies. Rams into, yeah, guest directed by Catherine Bigelow, and let's see. Then we have the Ruby is like drops off Brandy, and now that she knows, okay, that if she just needs just a little bit more of a push, because at this point Brandy still, she wants to say goodbye to Ash. She wants, she doesn't want to just cut him off 100% like a dead-eyed limb or something. And then she goes to the graveyard. Some people have, no respect when burying family or something like that, and the arms come up, come out through the ground, nicely done. And Deadite Brock takes a shower, and rips off the messed up skin and such. Let's see. Right, I like seeing Cheryl drew Ash's face when before the whole cabin, before the events of Evil Dead 1. Makes a lot of sense. We do see her draw in that one. She is clearly a budding artist, so that does make a lot of sense. Let's see, yeah, and the Brock, I'm not gonna lie, he's not even my grandfather, but if Lee Majors want to hang out, yeah, I'd be like, dude, pull up a chair, let's, just, he's just so unbelievably charismatic. I 100%, I've never watched, I want to say it's called $6 Million Man, but I can 100% understand how this guy could carry a TV show. That's just, oozing with charisma. and other things now that he's a Deadite. And the just, yeah, they're sitting there watching the terrible ad, and they love saying the not, which was also a very funny, what was it? Deals, literally my middle name or something, and they had to, for legal reasons, they had to have someone say not. And also I think it's Brandy says, you actually got this on TV, and I was just like, what's wrong with it? Before remembering, oh right, Deadite family member, I gotta take care of this. Let's see, priorities, and the. Yeah, I quite like how when Brandy is there, Brock is kind of just acting like towards Ash the way he was before they, healed their relationship. Like he's behaving like at the start of season 2, basically. Talking about what the fuck? This is all the food you've got in the fridge, and this fucking guy, this yeah. Not pushing it too far in front of Brandy. Let's see, and yeah, great fight. The part where like Ash is on the table and takes off the hand, puts on the chainsaw. That's actually in the DVD menu. That's when you put in the DVD, that's what it shows. So yeah, very cool. Just very visually dynamic sequence, as a lot of Sam Raimi's work. Let's see, especially the Evil Dead stuff. Yeah, he chainsaws Brock, and we just see Brandy like horrified, being sprayed with blood all over her face and hair. Just, yeah. I didn't kill him. He was already dead. Officer, I know it looks bad. Warbo didn't do anything wrong. Those people were already dead when Warbo got there. Just wonderful. Again, just Ash is the master of making himself look so bad, so suspicious. Let's see, and yeah, so she, of course, runs off, saying, "I wish it was you who had died." Which honestly, like, getting a teenager to say that to one of their parents is like shooting fish in a barrel. You really did. This is cracking a walnut with a sledgehammer here. And then over the end credits. Again, I didn't know I needed in my life. Sam Raimi just knows me better. At first, it is, an Ash solo cover of, I honestly, I don't even know what the song is called, but I've heard it before. The Simpsons did a take on it with multiple generations. Let's see if, okay, it's apparently called Kids, written by Lee Adams. But yeah, at first, that's what we're getting. And then it turns into a duet with Ruby also. Just, that's amazing. And yeah, she's like, they're both like, I tried to raise you right, these goddamn kids, they're being so difficult. You chainsaw one grandparent in front of them, and suddenly it's an emergency, and Ruby is like, you know how bad it was living with your father? Ball, one of the like these terrible demons of the underworld, like, this is, fuck me. Let's see. Yeah. IMDb trivia. This episode marks the 3rd death of Brock Williams. Let's see. Oh. Due to their inexperience with directing, Andres and Diego Mezavaldez had trouble directing this episode. This caused them to get scolded by Bruce Campbell multiple times. Yeah, he's not known for keeping his opinion to himself. Ash's quote, "Your grandpa was run over by the Delta," is a reference to the song "Grandma Was Run Over by a Reindeer." Yeah. I think that is everything that I wanted to make sure to say. But yeah, really, really digging this thing of, like, because it's such a different dynamic with Brandy and Ash. I've probably, I've talked about that in maybe it was on the first 2 episodes, but yeah, just I'm really loving how they're handling it. Let's see. I forget if I mentioned. I really think Ruby works well as like it seems like she's going to be the central villain of this season. You know, which like the first season we really didn't have a face for the central attack. I suppose for a while. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name, but the nerd demon, as Ash puts it, you know, he's an antagonist for a while. But it's only at the end that we realize, oh, Ruby was basically behind this whole thing, because she seemed like she was working for good. Let's see. Then we have yeah, season 2, you know, the first several episodes, it's Ruby's children who have turned against her. Then it's Ball for, you know, I guess it's like half the season or so, but yeah, to now have a Ruby who hasn't been redeemed actually be the central antagonist is really great. I'm always in favor of more Lucy Lawless.